Hello YouTube, it's Sydney Island here. That's Island with the Y, not an S. And I need to start calling y'all Islanders, like I really do, because that's like a thing now. I want to call y'all Islanders. I'm at 1K, okay? I gotta have a little name for y'all, okay? And so in this video, I'm going to be talking about the depression of a Scorpio, which is going to be a very interesting topic to talk about. Everybody's interested in Scorpios, I've noticed. My most viewed videos are the ones talking about Scorpios, so let's talk about it. Scorpio and depression. Scorpios are certainly no stranger to depression. Scorpios can be naturally very melancholic. And I'm not saying that Scorpios can't be happy, because I know some happy ass Scorpios out here. I've known some very euphoric, bubbly, happy Scorpios. But I've definitely known a lot of depressive, melancholic Scorpios as well. And even the most happiest and bubbliest of Scorpios, they have a dark side to them. They have a depressive side to them. Because Scorpio is the sign of death. You know, it's the sign of secrets and darkness. It's the sign of the underworld, right? So of course in the underworld there's gonna be depression, there's gonna be melancholia, there's gonna be some pretty scary things, right? And so Scorpios are prone to depression because let me look at my list. They feel that a lot of people, well, most people are fake, because Scorpios pride themselves on being very authentic and genuine, and so they fall into a depression when they feel like that people are not being who they really are, and they're not expressing who they can really be. Scorpios can see through all the bullshit, okay? They're very intuitive and psychic, so they can see through the bullshit, not just from observing you and being smart, but also just from feeling your vibes and feeling your energies. They can tell if you're the real deal or not, you know? And this is a blessing and a curse for Scorpio. This is something that can make them feel powerful, but it also makes them feel sad, because it's like, damn, like I can see everything around me. I can see all the bullshit. I can see what works and what doesn't work. I'm really smart. I can feel everything, yet I find that I can't talk to anybody about it. That's Scorpio. Scorpios have some serious trust issues, and they won't open up about how they feel about life and their depression and the things that they see and feel, because they don't trust you. Because they, like I said, they can see bullshit. They know a lot of people are full of shit, so they can't really trust anybody to open up, right? So Scorpios go through depression because they have a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions. They're very, very sensitive, and they don't really open up and express that to a lot of people. They're very introverted and secluded with their emotions and feelings, and they're not just going to right off the bat be like, yo, I feel like this, let's talk about it, you know? Scorpios may even struggle to get a therapist because they're like, I don't want to tell nobody about my dirty laundry. Scorpios are known for being incredibly secretive, and that's what gives them that sexy, mysterious aura that they have. Is that secretiveness. It's that that energy of, I'm not giving nothing away just because you want me to, kind of energy, you know? Scorpios a lot of times know how to have the upper hand in a situation. Damn, them birds, they sound pretty ugly right now. Scorpios, especially Scorpio moons, have so much emotion that they can get lost in it. Their emotion, because they're a water sign, their emotions act like water. They can drown in their emotions. They can drown in the ocean of emotion, right? That's a little poetry there for you. I write some poetry. Scorpios have a lot of emotion, and then and their emotion is like water, and it turns into this big ocean, and then they start to drown in it. Scorpios get lost in their emotions because they just have so much of it, and it's so intense, and it just it overwhelms them. It takes over them, and then they feel depressed because they're like, I have so many emotion, yet I have to go to work and put on a smile and act like everything's okay. A lot of times people don't really ask a Scorpio if they're okay. They don't check up on a Scorpio because the Scorpio doesn't give off the vibe that they need help. Scorpios come off so strong. They come off like, I got this. I don't need your help, you know? Scorpios come off like rocks, you know, like mountains. And they are. The Scorpios are very strong, but they have a side to them that's very, very sensitive. And, you know, they need help too. Like, everybody needs love. And Scorpios need for somebody to check up on them and to care about them too, you know? The thing that makes Scorpios most depressed is their dang feelings. They got a lot of it, okay? And it's also their ability to perceive reality for what it is. And sometimes they feel like a lot of people like are dramatic with their emotions, and they feel like that a lot of people are faking. because they're like, you can't possibly feel all this, because Scorpios don't be feeling all of that, you know. And when they do feel it, it's like you gonna know it's real. You gonna know that they genuinely do feel that way. Scorpios can be very serious. They have a very, very serious side to them, like a no bullshit type of side to them. I mean, Scorpios, of course, have a sense of humor. Like, when a Scorpio is funny, Scorpio is really funny. Scorpios have a sense of humor, but it's like they definitely have a dark sense of humor, right? Their sense of humor can be kind of like, what's the word? Sarcastic, and a little bit spooky at times, because they're so used to delving into that energy of darkness and of just ugliness that a lot of people are afraid to get into. So they're not afraid to make that weird, dark, decrepit, creepy, morbid joke that other people are afraid to, oh, it's raining, that other people are afraid to make. Scorpios, it's like they, you know how, like, if you were to ask a Scorpio, what movie do you want to watch, for example, like, a lot of people would say, I want to watch a comedy movie, but Scorpios would be like, let's watch a horror movie, or let's watch a depressing movie, you know. Scorpios are, they want to delve into that darker energy, right? And when they're already depressed, right? They already have a depressive energy, and then they want to listen to sad songs and watch sad movies, and that only brings them further into their depression. Scorpios also, this is something that I've noticed. I'm speaking from experience when I say this, but I've noticed that there's a gullible side to Scorpios. You know, like, especially the younger Scorpios, I've noticed that they have this hope for people, right? They are hopeful for people. They just really want to, like, see the positive in you, right? And they really like can see the potential, let's put it that way, the potential in you, because they can take your darkness and turn it into light. They're alchemists by nature, right? And alchemists, they take the darkness and they turn it into light. And so sometimes a Scorpio can be gullible, and they know that they can be gullible. They know that they have this big, big heart for people, and so that's why they're so guarded, because they're trying to protect the fact that they're so sensitive and sometimes so gullible and so naive. And when a Scorpio loves you and cares for you, they really, really, really do. And this is also a thing that makes a Scorpio depressed, is unrequited love. Scorpios love so deeply and so passionately. A lot of times they find that people are never able to give the love that they give. Or at least they give that love, but they don't express it as passionately as the Scorpio does. And that makes the Scorpio feel unloved, thus creating depression. It's not that they don't love you, Scorpio, it's just that a lot of people don't express their love the same way as you. A lot of people don't feel that intensity and that fire, and that Scorpio is a mixture of fire and water, because the planet Mars, which is like a fiery planet, rules Scorpio, and the planet Pluto also rules Scorpio, which is definitely more water, right? So Scorpio is a mixture of fire and water, and that's a lot to handle, okay? You got a lot of feelings, and then when you get mad, you blow up, and people are scared of you, and then they want to run away from you, you know? It's kind of depressing. So what are some symptoms and signs of a depressed Scorpio? What do Scorpios look like when they're depressed? Sometimes it's hard to tell. Sometimes it's hard to tell that a Scorpio is depressed, because they have such a very calm demeanor about them that it's sometimes hard to tell that they're depressed. But Scorpios can be depressed a lot and for a long time, and you won't even know it. But Scorpios sometimes like generally have like a depressive personality, so you can tell at times when a Scorpio is depressed, because their personality is depression. Like their sense of humor is depression, and the way that they express themselves is like they come off depressed. So you can tell when a Scorpio is depressed at certain times. Like certain Scorpios, of course, it's going to be different for different people depending on what's in your birth chart. But I would definitely say that those who have a Scorpio moon, or Scorpio Mars or Venus, or have a Scorpio in your deeper placements, you definitely will go through a depression at some point in your life. It's hard to have a lot of Scorpio energy in your chart and not experience depression, because Scorpio is such a dark sign, and they just can see all the depressing, dark things in the world, and it's just hard for them not to see it, you know, because they were kind of born into this energy of like deep intuition, and they kind of can like see through walls to a certain degree, you know what I mean? Like they can see through your flesh into your soul. They can see through walls. They can see through all of the bullshit. There is nothing that a Scorpio can't at some point find out. You know, Scorpios are like great investigators, and they can find out some shit about you. Scorpios are comfortable with depression a little bit more than the average person. I would say there are some people who, when they feel depressed, they really don't want to feel it. They try their hardest not to feel it, and they try to cover it up, and they may deny that they're depressed. But a Scorpio can be very comfortable with depression, and they'll just accept, like, yo, I'm depressed. It is what it is. Like, I'm used to it, whatever. You know, Scorpios are not afraid to be depressed. They're not afraid to acknowledge their depressed side, and they're not afraid to try to help other people who are depressed. Scorpios are probably one of the best signs when it comes to trying to help somebody else through depression, because they know depression so well, and they're so fearless when it comes to negative emotion, because they have so much negative emotion themselves. And when it comes to intense emotions and just straight up wanting to die, like, Scorpios get it. Scorpios freaking get it. So this is something that makes Scorpios really great psychologists and psychiatrists. Like I mentioned in my video, Scorpios healing powers, I mentioned that Scorpios make great therapists, because they have the willpower and the energy to sit and listen to a person talk about their depressed, moments in life, because they have the patience. Like, Scorpios are super patient. So Scorpios will be patient with their own depression, and they'll literally be like, you know what, depression is a part of life, and I will just deal with it for as long as I need to. Because Scorpios are super, super strong, man. Like, super strong. And when it comes to depression, it's like they can get through it. And sometimes a Scorpio will be so strong as to be able to accept that perhaps they'll be depressed their whole life, And don't get scared, because this is just something I'm saying. If you feel that you can overcome depression and that's what you want to do, you definitely can do it. Okay. I never want to make a person feel that they can't get over their depression, because anybody can get over depression. It's just the deeper you are in that depression, the harder it may be to get out of. I go through depression all the freaking time, y'all. I'm a Taurus. I'm opposite signs of Scorpio, but I go through freaking depression. And Taurus is opposite sign of Scorpio. We can get through it too. We go through it, and we understand that depression is part of life, but we just may not want to accept it like Scorpios do. We may be like, nah, I don't want to feel this. I'm good. Like, a lot of times Tauruses will be in denial of our depression, whereas Scorpios would be like, yeah, I'm fucking depressed, man. Yeah, I'm depressed. What's new? But yeah, I believe that's all I have for the depression of a Scorpio. I was bouncing a little bit, I got this restless energy. But yeah, I think that's all I have. Scorpios, yeah, y'all are some great people, Unfortunately, y'all just go through depression more than the average person. But it's because y'all are so strong. Like, y'all are strong enough to handle it. And God does not give, like, God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. And so that's why y'all Scorpios go through all that emotional turbulence, because y'all are definitely strong enough to handle it. So I wish you all the best, mwah, my lovely Islanders. I have to start calling y'all that. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I do private birth chart readings if you're interested in getting your birth chart read. My email will be in the description box below. Hit that notification belly, by the way, so that you can get an upload for each and every one of my flipping videos. Peace out, homies. Peace out. Peace out. Scorpios.